today I'm going to talk about 7 ways that you can get moving and get active and get some exercise in your day without adding a single minute of time to your already hectic schedule. So I know a lot of us are parents, we've got multiple responsibilities. Maybe you're a single person or a young married professional and you just have a lot on your plate. All of us are busy. All of us have a lot going on, and sometimes it's hard to think about adding one more thing to our already busy schedule. So the last thing we want to do is add something on that we're going to feel guilty about not doing. So that is definitely not what having a momentum mindset is about. We don't want to deal with guilt. We don't want to have any type of negative connotations around our mistakes. We just want to pick up and move forward. So today I want to share with you 7 ways that you can get your exercise in, or at least start getting some exercise in if that's not something you're already doing, without adding a single minute of time to your day. So raise your hand or comment below if you have a gym membership and you're not using it, simply because you don't have the time to go. I know that I've been that person. I think I joined like Gold's or something several years ago and paid for like a year or 2 up front, however they did it. And I think I went 3 times, so that was definitely not worth it for me. But I just remember feeling so busy that, actually it wasn't busy for me, it was just being intimidated, but that's one of the reasons that you cannot go. Maybe your afternoons when you might typically go is full of picking up kids from school or taking them to practice or a recital, or taking them to friends' houses and things like that, so you're just kind of driving all over the place. Maybe the only time you have to yourself is in the mornings and before the kids wake up, or before you start attacking your list for the day, or before you have to go to work. But you're not one of those people that wants to get up at 4:30 in the morning, so that's definitely not me either. What can you do? I mean, that's the only time you have in the day, right? I mean, even the weekends can be jam-packed with social activities, kids practices, traveling, family, this holiday, that holiday. I mean, you've been a taxi driver all week, right? The last thing you want to do is drive somewhere again, get out of your house again, go to the gym to get your workout in. So, I mean, you could, right? You could pack up and do all of that, but let's think about it. You've got to pack up your stuff, get all your, your gym bag together, make sure you remember your socks and your new, your clean clothes. Pack up your kids if they're going with you, or if you're dropping them off at the babysitters. Drive there, drive to the gym. Maybe you're dropping the kids off at the child care area of the gym, but you've got to pay for that. Then you go get changed. Then you get out there to the gym floor and you do your workout. Then you got to go back, take a shower, get dressed, do it all in reverse, and then get home. And by the time you know it, 2-3 hours have gone by? I mean, ain't nobody got time for that, right? So let's talk about 7 ways that you can start getting exercise in your existing day, your existing habits, and not have to add anything on to your schedule. So the first thing I want to say is I'm going to talk to some of you who are maybe work-at-home moms or stay-at-home moms, or even if you just live by yourself or you just want to do this. But my first tip is turn on the music, have a dance party. If you are cleaning, if you're doing your laundry, if you're sorting your closet, if you're cleaning the kitchen, turn on some music, get some extra moves in there. Don't just do the cleaning motions, but dance around, make it exciting. If you have kids or animals, you can get them involved and just have fun with it. You may even forget that you're cleaning and just end up with a good old-fashioned dance party. So your husband will wonder what's come over you, but turn that music up and just get moving. I mean, it doesn't have to be any more thought out than that, right? The point is you're moving. My second tip for you is when you're out at the park or at one of your kids' practices, don't just be on the sidelines, right? Don't just sit on the bench or in your lawn chair and hang out and let them do all of the moving around. If you're at the park, get up and play with them, right? Push them on the swings, push the merry-go-round, run around with them, chase them. They're going to love that. If you're out there with a pet, maybe you can take your dog for a walk. You can even, dress in your workout clothes and do a couple laps around the park where you still keep your kids, in sight. So you're still safe and they're still safe. But when you go, don't just think this is an active time for them to burn off energy or this is their practice for them. Any spare moment you have where you don't have a task at hand, you can be doing something active. And you can take that to whatever degree you want. If you're a beginner, take a walk, take a couple laps around. If you're more experienced and maybe you're a runner or a jogger, you can definitely take that up a notch, right? Number 3, this may be more geared to people who work outside the home, but this is definitely way doable for those at home as well, is just to take lunchtime and take a break. Go outside, take a lunchtime walk. Even if it's bad weather, you can take a walk in the lobby. You can, you've got somewhere that you can walk. Even if it's just going to the nearby mall or something, you can walk around and you can get some movement. Grab a friend, grab a coworker who has the same lunch hour as you. If you don't have that, then grab your phone, put some earbuds in, turn your favorite music on, and just get moving. So use that time. You can eat your lunch really quickly and then use the rest of the time to get some speed walking in. You don't have to do enough to break a major sweat. You've got to go back to work, but I think that is something that can really, really help your energy levels as well. If I know very, very personally from firsthand experience what that 2:30 p.m. energy slump feels like when your coffee has worn off and you're in lunch coma, but you still have several hours left of the workday, so your morale is down, your energy is down. Having that lunchtime boost by moving your body can definitely help combat that. So that would be my 3rd tip. My 4th tip, and this again can be used anywhere, whether you're at work or at home, is when you take the stairs, don't just go up or go down and get to your destination. Whenever you're on the stairs, go ahead and just go up and down a couple of times. Now, okay, if you're on the 10th floor, you're probably using the elevator. Why not just use the stairs? I'm not saying you got to do that multiple times, but take advantage of what you've got. If you've already got movement built into your day, such as going up or down stairs, multiply it. Do it a couple of times. Case in point, a few weeks ago, my husband and I were at the Dave Ramsey Smart Conference. If any of you have heard of that, it's an all-day conference where he brings tons of top speakers in to talk about marriage and finances and college and retirement. It was super fun. But during the intermission and every chance I got, every time they said stand up and clap for this person, I was standing up and I was clapping just to stand up. I don't even know who the person was. During intermission, I went down to use the restroom, came back up and just decided, you know what, I'm going to go up and down several times. And by the time I got to the bottom, the people who had already gone up were gone and I could just go up again and no one was no one was the wiser. But I probably did that for 5 or 10 minutes and my legs kept moving and I felt like I was able to pay attention during the whole seminar. So every time you go use those stairs, go up and down several times and multiply the effect that the existing movement that you're already participating in can have. Number 5. This one actually I think is really, really cool because if you think about it, there's so many wasted moments that we have throughout our day. So I want to call this tip the waiting game. If you just think about how many times a day you're waiting for something. So let's start at home. You're waiting for the microwave to finish doing its thing. You can be doing some calf raises. You're waiting for the water to boil. You can do some squats. You are waiting for the elevator at work. You can do some jumping jacks. I mean, use your discretion. You don't have to do something crazy intense, but in order to make use of that time that you're not doing anything anyway, why not do something active? Now you may say, wait a second, me doing 10 squats while I'm waiting for the microwave to go off, what's that going to do? Well, if that's all you do that day, yeah, that's not going to do a whole lot, maybe a little sore in the morning, but think about all the times throughout the day that you are waiting for something or someone and you're just sitting there or you're just standing there. or you're doing this, which is universal sign for I'm on my phone, right? So all of those wasted moments can be rescued, basically. You can redeem those, minutes and use them to help get in shape, Every little bit adds up. All right, this one you've probably heard before, but I don't do this enough unless I simply cannot find a spot. But when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the library or a restaurant, park as far away, be realistic, don't park like a mile away, but park at the end of the parking lot and make it a point to get some extra steps in. If you have those Fitbits or whatever, you can definitely keep track of it. Maybe you're already doing that. Park at the very end, and then when you come out of the grocery store with your heavy shopping cart full of goods, you've got an extra bit of exercise there as well, pushing, especially if you've got to go uphill to get back to your car. My final tip today is think of all of the times that you are watching TV or watching Netflix. This may not be so true on Netflix, but definitely on Hulu, and definitely if you're watching standard television. Every time there's a commercial, get up and get moving, right? It's like, what, three minutes tops? Get up and do something that's going to get your heart rate up. So jumping jacks, you can do jogging in place, you can do some toe touches, you can jog around the living room, you can go up and down the stairs. Take your bathroom break, but let's make those moments count. I think even another great thing to do is during your show itself, if you're physically able to do this, and maybe even if you've got a mat, this can help you, but go ahead and get on the ground, do some leg lifts, do some sit-ups. It's not going to make any noise. You're not necessarily going to be huffing and puffing, though if you are, that's okay. It shows that you're working. You're going to be able to use those minutes while you're watching your show or while you're watching part of your movie, and you're going to use that to help make your health better. So I'm not saying that this is the max or this is, the ultimate goal of your fitness to do these little things, but I think especially if you're starting out and exercise is new to you, or if you have no idea where to start, maybe you think, man, this is just too much, I can't just jump into exercise. This is a good way to ease yourself into it, and it's a good way to make use of these lost moments. So of course I would recommend at the minimum 30 minutes of exercise daily, but like I said, these are things that you can add into your already existing schedule and not add any time at all to your day and not take anything else away. You're going to get into a routine of being active, and I think that's a really, really great place to start. So I hope these tips were helpful for you guys today. If you have any comments or questions, please go ahead and post them below. Another quick plug, tomorrow is our Q&A Wednesday, and if you hadn't already heard, I'm pushing that back until 3 p.m. just because I feel like that's when I've heard more of you are online, and I want more of you to be able to participate. So if you have questions for Q&A Wednesday, please email me at heymomentummindset@gmail.com, or you can just show up live at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and ask your questions in a comment during the live broadcast. So if there are any topics that you would like me to cover in upcoming weeks especially, I have my own plans, but I of course want to make sure that I'm meeting your needs, so I would love to hear from you. Go ahead and email me, comment, or post, and I will catch you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central. Have a great day and make use of those wasted minutes.